guys, Meredith with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we are checking out these factory style headlights with the amber corner lights, black housing, and clear lens, fitting all 2014 through 2017 Toyota Tundras. Now, if you are currently struggling with worn lenses or worse for wear headlights that are bogging down your lighting performance and making your truck look older than it really is, these are going to be a great replacement for you. Now, these will be an affordable option to revitalize the lighting performance and bring some more styling and add an updated feel to the front end of your Tundra. Now, these will have a darker look to them, adding a stealthy appearance to the front end of your Tundra and matching very well with other darker accents, which is great if you prefer the more aggressive look without the smoke lens. Speaking of the lens, this one is going to have a crystal clear one that will make a substantial improvement in lighting performance if, again, you're working with a faded or a damaged one with your current setup. Now, these will have a standard factory style large chrome reflector in the middle, a cutout for the turn signal on the inner corner, and on the outer corner, these will have a chrome reflector, which will keep the appearance of these quite neutral while maintaining a factory style design. These will also have small detailing within the housing that really sets them apart from other standard housing replacements and adds some character to your Tundra's front end. Now, these will have a black plastic housing, which is very common for lighting because of the resilience of the construction and the fact that they are molded to factory specs, so you can bolt them right in with no questions asked. Now, the lens on the front will also be made of a tough plastic material with the ability to handle kick-up and smaller hazards, whether you're on or off-road with your truck. This will also be compatible with the factory H4 high and low beams, but do keep in mind that this is just a housing upgrade, so the bulbs are not included. However, you can swap them over from the factory ones or upgrade to factory style ones. Now, these are about $225 and will be very affordable for headlights compared to the rest in the category. Now, one of the reasons being is that this is simply a housing upgrade rather than a full replacement that would include bulbs or other extras that you may see in the category. However, if you're not looking for those extras, you just want a good looking replacement to your factory headlights that's going to improve your performance and improve the look of your Tundra, these are going to be right up your alley. Install here is going to be very easy. I'm giving it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and it should take you no more than an hour or so with some basic hand tools to get these installed on your truck. Now, speaking of the install, one of our customers here has put these on their Tundra and is going to walk you through the install process step by step. So that is going to wrap it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and jump into the install.
The tools that we used for this project was ratcheting screwdriver with a Phillips head. You don't have to use a ratcheting screwdriver, you can use just a regular one. We used a socket wrench with a 7/16 head on it, and then we used needle nose pliers and a flathead screwdriver.
I'm going to be changing out the headlights on my 2015 Toyota Tundra. So pop the hood.
So here's the old light. There's 3 bolts, one that you can't see right now. We're going to take off the grill and this little side front panel here as well. We have to do that in order to get to that bolt. So there's going to be 2 bolts here and 4 bolts here. You can just use a normal Phillips head screwdriver on. I'm using a ratcheting screwdriver. You don't have to, you can just use a normal one. Now, in addition to those 4 screws, there's also going to be these little guys here. All it takes to get these out, you just pop a little screwdriver in there. And when you go to put them back in, they need to be like this, and then you'll push down, and I'll show you how to do that when we get to that. You just pop this off, it's gonna unsnap. have another one of these right here. Pop that out. And there's another one up here. Following that, there's these two screws here, and then you'll just take that piece off. That should just be able to pop it right off. And for this one, this bolt that is the last one that attaches the light on, I'm going to use a 7/16 socket. Finally, in order to completely detach the light, I'm going to take out these two that we talked about earlier. When we do that, then you'll be able to just pop the light bulbs out, and I'll show you how to do that. Well, now that we've unattached that, then we make sure that there's a little lip that this will sit in. You just kind of have to wiggle it out. As well as the little lips that these sit on where the screws were. Just like that. Now, you're going to want to detach these lights, and then this is for the adjustable lights for towing. You can adjust it on the 2015 Tundra. I won't use this because the light that it came with doesn't allow me to adjust for that, or I just don't care, really, is what it boils down to. But this will snap off very easily, and then you'll have to unscrew it from here, or you can also press this button. I haven't been able to get it off yet, but we can try it. There's a little button right here. You have to give a lot of pressure to it, and then you can just unplug this portion from the light. With these other lights, you just twist them, and then gently, there's the turn signal. This one, just twist it, and then gently pull it out. Following that, you can just unplug this one, and then I'll show you how to take out that light in a couple minutes. But first, we're gonna see if we can get this out. So you should be able to and there you go. Then the last thing to detach the light is you can use a screwdriver. That's what I use for this. I'm sure there's a better tool to use. You could also use pliers. In fact, let's do that in order to detach this conglomeration from the light itself. So I'm just using needle nose pliers here. Just squeeze this. And you just pull from the other side. You might have to wiggle it some. And it's free. There's your old light. We're still gonna take out the light bulb from in here, so we'll do that right now. In order to do that, you can take off this rubber piece. Sometimes it comes off easier than others. And your new light will come with this rubber gasket portion. So that makes it really easy for you to then push down and over, and then this piece folds up, and there's your light. It sits inside this portion, and you'll see that on the new light. So we're gonna leave that there for a second before the new light. So here's the new light. It comes with the new rubber gasket. What we're gonna do here, since we're already here, we'll take this piece, pop it over, just like that. That's gonna sit there. And then this piece, I don't know if you can see that very well. It's gonna go down and over and hook right down in there. Then this piece will go right on top. Make sure it's snug and it's around that light. Too easy. All right, now we're ready to put on the new light. It's pretty straightforward from here. Take off these little pieces that it comes with and then plug them back in the same way that you took them out. Plug this one back in. And then the turn signal. Like that. And I'm gonna let this one ride free. Like I said, there may be a way to adjust it. I just don't need it with what I do with my truck. Plug this one back in. And then the turn signal. Like that. And I'm gonna let this one ride free. Like I said, there may be a way to adjust it. I just don't need it with what I do with my truck. And as a last step, I'm just gonna reattach this, poke it back through, and that's good, and it should stay nice and snug. You can kind of just tuck that cord in there. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the plastic off the new light. It looks really sharp. And then we put it back the same way we took it off. Make sure that these fit up in these grooves. Not grooves, but they're like elevated. You might have to wiggle a little bit. And then I'll start with this one. And we'll take these screws and put them back in where they came from. At this point, since we've connected it all, before we put the whole grill back on, I'm gonna turn the light on, make sure it works. Then we wanna put the grill back on. Oh, sorry, we're gonna put this piece back on first. So that's just gonna snap into place right here. We'll put these screws back in. Put in these guys next. Don't forget, keep it out. Then it's gonna go in. Sometimes they're kind of tough to get in there. And then you just push in. Same with this one. You can have a friend help you out, or you should be able to do it by yourself too. But there's holes that will go into. That these are seated up here, and then you can kind of give a little tap all across the bottom. And you shouldn't see very, very big gaps here when you do that. Looks good. These last couple guys here. And here. And then put these 4 screws back in. Once you're done with all of that, you're good to go. Your light works And it's the same exact process for the other side. I'm not going to repeat that for you because last screw.
So that is going to wrap it up for my review and the install of these factory style headlights with the amber corner lights, black housing, and clear lens fitting all 2014 through 2017 Toyota Tundras. And you can find these right here at extremeterrain.com.